Hey guys, it's Adam with Pop Entertainment. I'm sitting down today with Emily Hearn here at the World Cafe Live in Philadelphia. So let's jump right into it. I got my trusty guide of questions here for you. So I know you're just a couple days into the tour here. You've been to some great places, Boston, you've been to DC, and now you're here in Philly. Are there any cities that you're like really jonesing to get to, any place you're really excited to visit on tour?
Well, actually at the end of this tour, we end in Anaheim, which is just right outside LA, and I've actually never been to LA before.
Oh, really?
So I'm kind of excited about that.
Oh, LA's supposed to be awesome. I've been to LA once. It's awesome. Hopefully you'll love it. The weather's perfect year round.
Yeah, I've heard it's a little crazy, a little trafficky, but it's a must-see, you know.
Definitely a driving city, LA.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you bring your car or tour bus or whoever's supposed to get around. So being a professional musician, it's got to be absolutely amazing. When did you first know this is what you wanted to do, be on stage, be a singer?
Actually, it was kind of late,
Really?
later than most people. I was going to attend the University of Georgia, so in 2008 I packed up and moved to Athens, Georgia, and I wanted to study journalism, actually. So I wanted to write for magazines or maybe write books, and just before I left for college I had taught myself how to play guitar, so I would sing when I did that, but I didn't really start writing songs until I got to college. And Athens just happens to be a music town. A lot of bands got their start out of Athens, like REM and the B-52s, and I mean other more recent bands too. Tons of cool indie bands and that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of venues. And I played a venue one time. It was really small and it was just kind of a whim. And I remember just falling in love with it. So I kept writing songs, kept kind of taking gigs in local college towns, and eventually it kind of spread nationwide.
That's awesome. That's so great. What do you think you'd be doing if it didn't work out? What do you think you'd be doing if you weren't a musician?
Maybe graphic design.
Mm-hmm.
I've thought about that before. I've thought about going back to school to study making things look good. I love layouts, and I like to paint and draw and that kind of stuff.
Very cool, very cool. The room we're in is almost like a graphic design.
Yeah.
Sort of, I guess it's more of just a design
It's
room.
very
But lots
pretty.
of cool drawings.
Yeah.
So your new album, Hourglass, just came out just a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of reception have you been getting? Is it exciting?
Yeah, it's been awesome. I've released 3 albums before this. 2 of them were EPs and 1 was a full length. And they were all really fun and different in their own ways, but this has been the one that has been the most exciting. I put more work into it beforehand than I did on any other album. I actually got to co-write with my husband a lot,
That's so
which was
cool.
really fun, and also with a few other kind of musical like dreams of mine. This guy, Ben Rector, I'm a big fan of his, and we got to co-write for this album, which was really cool.
That's a great experience.
His career is kind of, the dream. So I was really excited about that, and it's been going well.
That's excellent. So jumping back a little bit, just about the new album still, putting it together, what did you really try to keep in mind, for a different sound for the new album? Because I know when you want to put out a new album, you want it to sound a little bit different than the last album.
Totally. Yeah, I've done a lot of more broken down acoustic things in the past. I did one full band album that was a little bit more like 2 electric guitars and drums and just everything pretty much predictable full band. But for the last album that I released called Promises, I did 5 songs that were pretty broken down, pretty leaning towards country or folk. And so for this album I knew that I wanted to add in a little bit of subtle programming. I wanted to add in like maybe a lead part on the keys rather than on the guitar. I don't know if we had many acoustic guitars on the album at all. So we just kind of switched little things up like that up.
Absolutely, that's great. Was there any specific types of inspiration that you gravitated toward when you were in the process of making this album? Anything different from before?
For this album, I tried out something new, and I didn't listen to any music.
Okay.
So I listened to a lot of podcasts in the car, and I was inspired by subjects, and I was doing a lot of traveling, and I was on tour at the time, so I was inspired by sights and cities and climates and that kind of thing. So kind of how I felt in different cities inspired my music more so than, you know, an inspirational album that I was listening to or something like that. So it was interesting.
Very cool, very cool. All right, so completely different. I was doing my research for this interview. I was reading all about you, and I came across a music video from 2012, which you released called Rooftop. And I just have to ask, Bill Murray, how did you guys get together on that?
Yeah, I have a mutual friend with Bill Murray, which is crazy. I didn't actually know that he, my friend Mark, knew Bill Murray at all. But he was helping me organize this music video, and we were filming it in Charleston, South Carolina. And all I knew, I mean, the song's called Rooftop, so we were going to dance on some rooftops and sing on some rooftops.
Sure.
So that's all I knew. But we get down to debrief before the next morning we started filming, and they just mentioned, oh, we might have a celebrity guest. Bill Murray lives around here. We left your CD on his porch. There was like a doghouse on his porch, and they left it there and then texted him and said, hey, we're filming this music video tomorrow. If you want to show up, do. And he did.
Wow. That's so cool. I wish I could do that.
It was so fun.
I can put my film reel on,
right?
On Bill Murray's porch in the doghouse and see how it works out for me.
Seriously.
So the number one track from Hourglass is Volcano on iTunes right now. It's a powerful song. I listen to it. It's awesome. Can you talk a little bit about that song and how you wrote it and what's it about?
Absolutely. That song is very different from a lot of songs that I've written in the past. It's about loss. It's about, I mean, even some of it is about divorce and like broken families and things like that. My husband and I actually sat down to write it with a friend of ours. Her name's Emily as well. And we actually just started with the imagery, the idea of a volcano gone cold, and we painted this picture around it. All of us have known kind of families and marriages that have ended in divorce, and we really felt like it was a subject that we wanted to write about. And I think it's been touching for a lot of people in a lot of different ways. Just when someone is feeling alone or feeling lost or going through a breakup, I think it's been a good song for them. And actually, we recently just had it on an episode of Jane the Virgin.
Really?
On the CW, and it was in the middle of a big breakup scene. And so everyone on YouTube is commenting, like, I think Jane should stay with Michael. I think she should be with whoever. So it's
That's
funny.
so funny. That's excellent. I've even seen on your Twitter feed just people tweeting at you, just like, Volcano, I'm sitting at home weeping right now. Thank you so much, Emily. It's great. Well, Emily Hearn, thanks again for sitting down and talking to me. This is Adam with Pop Entertainment. You can get Emily's new album, Hourglass, and you can get it on iTunes, and you can also listen to it on Spotify. Thanks again. See you later.